Pawtucket is a city in Providence County, Rhode Island, United States. The population was 71,148 at the 2010 census. It is the fourth largest city in the state. Pawtucket borders Providence, Rhode Island and the state of Massachusetts. Name: the name Pawtucket comes from the Algonquian word for river fall. History. 17th century. The Pawtucket region was said to have been one of the most populous places in New England prior to the arrival of European settlers. Native Americans would gather here to take advantage of the salmon and smaller fish which gathered at the falls. The first European settler here was Joseph Jenks, who came to the region from Lynn, Massachusetts. He purchased about 60 acres near Pawtucket Falls in 1671. He established a sawmill and forge. These, along with the entire town, were later destroyed during King Philip's War. 18th century. Other settlers followed Jenks, and by 1775 the area was home to manufacturers of muskets, linseed oil, potash, and shipbuilding. Also around this time Osiel Wilkinson and his family set up an iron forge making anchors, nails, screws, farm implements, and even cannons. Merger and incorporation. Originally, the land west of the Blackstone River was part of nearby North Providence. East of the Blackstone River was originally settled as part of the Massachusetts town of Rehoboth, then was incorporated as Pawtucket, Massachusetts in 1828. In 1862 the eastern portion was absorbed into Providence County, Rhode Island. In 1874, the land west of the river was taken from North Providence and added to the town of Pawtucket, and in 1885 to 1886 West and East Pawtucket were merged and the city was incorporated. Industrial Revolution. Pawtucket was an early and important center of cotton textiles during the American Industrial Revolution. Slater Mill, built in 1793 by Samuel Slater on the Blackstone River Falls in downtown Pawtucket, was the first fully mechanized cotton spinning mill in America. Slater Mill is known for developing a commercially successful production process not reliant on earlier horse-drawn processes developed in America. Slater constructed and operated machines for producing yarn. Other manufacturers continued, transforming Pawtucket into a center for textiles, iron working, and other products. 20th century. By the 1920s, Pawtucket was a prosperous mill town. The city boasted over a half-dozen movie theaters, 24 hotels, and an impressive collection of fine commercial and residential architecture. Perhaps the most impressive public building in Pawtucket was the Leroy Theater, an ornate movie palace that was called Pawtucket's $1 Million Theater. Many wealthy mill owners such as Darius Goff built their mansions in the area. The textile business in New England declined during the Great Depression with many manufacturers closing or moving their facilities south where operations and labor were cheaper. Later in the 20th century, Pawtucket lost much of its architectural heritage to the wrecking ball, including the Leroy Theater. But unlike numerous older mill towns in the region, Pawtucket retained much of its industrial base. Today, goods produced in the city include lace, non-woven and elastic woven materials, jewelry, silverware, metals, and textiles. Hasbro, one of the world's largest manufacturer of toys and games, is headquartered in Pawtucket. Geography. Pawtucket is located at 41°52 €² 32 €³ N 71°22 €² 34 €³ W. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 9.0 square miles, of which 8.7 square miles of it is land and 0.3 square miles of it is water. Pawtucket lies within 3 drainage basins. These include the Blackstone River, the Moshassuck River and the 10 Mile River. Demographics. As of the census of 2000, there were 72,958 people, 30,047 households, and 18,508 families residing in the city. Pawtucket was the fourth most populous of Rhode Island's 39 cities and towns. The population density was 8,351.2 people per square mile. There were 31,819 housing units at an average density of 3,642.2 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 75.39% white, 7.31% African American, 0.30% Native American, 0.85% Asian, 0.06% Pacific Islander, 10.75% from other races, and 5.34% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 13.90% of the population. There were 30,047 households, out of which 30.5% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 39.7% were married couples living together, 16.8% had a female householder with no husband present, and 38.4% were non-families. 32.3% of all households were made up of individuals, and 12.5% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.41 and the average family size was 3.07. In the city, the population was spread out, with 24.9% under the age of 18, 9.1% from 18 to 24, 31.3% from 25 to 44, 19.9% from 45 to 64, and 14.8% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 35 years. For every 100 females there were 90.2 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 85.9 males. The median income for a household in the city was $31,775, and the median income for a family was $39,038. Males had a median income of $31,129 versus $23,391 for females. The per capita income for the city was $17,008. About 14.9% of families and 16.8% of the population were below the poverty line, including 24.5% of those under age 18 and 15.2% of those age 65 or over. According to the 2000 census, 20.6% of Pawtucket residents are French or French Canadian. Like nearby cities Providence, Rhode Island, East Providence, Rhode Island, Fall River, Massachusetts, and New Bedford, Massachusetts, Pawtucket hosts a significant population from across the former Portuguese Empire plus an extremely significant Cape Verdean population. The segment from Cape Verde Islands was featured in this Zip Code USA article from National Geographic magazine. Pawtucket is also one of the few areas of the United States with a significant Liberian population, mostly refugees from Charles Taylor's regime. Rhode Island has the highest per capita Liberian population in the country. Pawtucket has a very high concentration of West Africans. Arts and culture. The city of Pawtucket has been supportive of the arts community since 1975, and over the past 40 years various organizations have been active in continuing that support of the local arts community and beyond. 2015 marks the 40th anniversary of that support and effort. At one point the city of Pawtucket hired researcher Ann Galligan, of Northeastern University, to create an arts and cultural plan. Allowing the city to become more proactive in retaining and attracting artists will enable city officials to allocate resources more effectively to meet the needs of Pawtucket's growing artist community. Over the years Pawtucket has become known as a center for arts and culture. The 2008 documentary Pawtucket Rising also chronicled the influx of artists and cultural activities into previously blighted areas of the city. Each September, the city, in conjunction with the Pawtucket Arts Festival organization, and a broad group of local community members, produce an annual citywide arts festival. The American French Genealogical Society was founded in Pawtucket in 1978. Sports. Pawtucket is home to McCoy Stadium, where the Pawtucket Red Sox, the AAA affiliate minor league team of the Boston Red Sox, currently play. The team was owned by Ben Mondor until his death and was recently sold by his estate. The longest professional baseball game in history, 33 innings, was played at McCoy Stadium in 1981. Pawtucket has a history of professional baseball dating back to 1892. Including the Pawtucket Indians. In 1934 the Narragansett Park opened for thoroughbred horse racing. Until its closure in 1978, the track hosted several important races that drew some of the top horses from around the United States, including Hall of Fame members Seabiscuit, War Admiral and Gun Bow. Parks and Recreation. Slater Memorial Park has full recreational facilities including tennis courts and picnic areas. Daggett Farm, watercolor gallery open to the public for viewing. Daggett House, Marconi Garden. Education. Public schools. Public education in Pawtucket is directed by the Pawtucket School Department and contains these schools. Senior high schools, William E. Tolman, Charles E. Shear, Jacqueline M. Walsh School for the Performing and Visual Arts, Blackstone Academy Charter School. Junior high schools, Samuel Slater, Joseph Jenks, Lyman B. Goff. Elementary schools, Elizabeth Baldwin, M. Virginia Cunningham, Flora S. Curtis, Kervin McCabe, Fallon Memorial, Nathaniel Green, Agnes E. Little, Potter Burns, Francis J. Verrier, Henry J. Winters. Catholic schools. The Quality Hills section of Pawtucket is home to St. Raphael Academy. It is a private college preparatory school founded on the basis of St. John the Baptist de La Salle. Saints is a small school consisting of roughly 500 students with a student-to-teacher ratio of about 15:2. The Saints and Lady Saints are very successful in sports including baseball, football, basketball, and softball. St. Raphael Academy is a rival of William E. Tolman. They took part in a Thanksgiving Day football game that was played in McCoy Stadium for over 70 years. This game is no longer played, as William E. Tolman now competes annually against its fellow Pawtucket Public High School Charles E. Shear, rather than against St. Raphael Academy, a private Catholic high school. Pawtucket used to be home to Bishop Cowth High School, a small all-girls Catholic high school located in the Fairlawn neighborhood that is now closed. The city also has 3 Catholic elementary schools, St. Cecilia School, St. Teresa School and Woodlawn Catholic Regional School. Infrastructure. Transportation. Amtrak's Northeast Corridor and the MBTA's Providence-Staunton line run through Pawtucket, though there is no stop for either in the city. Train service at the Pawtucket Central Falls train station terminated in 1959. Recently there have been discussions to have the T stop in Pawtucket at the old train station or at a platform elsewhere on the line. Federal funding has been provided for preliminary planning of a MBTA station in the city, with a request for proposals expected in early 2011. Commuters can currently board MBTA trains at the South Attleboro stop, located off Newport Avenue just over the state line. The MBTA operates a layover facility in Pawtucket for trains on the Providence-Staunton line where the trains are kept overnight. The closest Amtrak station to Pawtucket is Providence Station. Public bus transportation is available in the city. RIPTA operates a hub in downtown Pawtucket with routes to various parts of the city and to parts of nearby towns. Riders can also access RIPTA buses to Providence at the downtown hub on the Smithfield Avenue and Beveridge Hill routes, as well as on either the A-Line Rapid Service route or No. 1 Key Corridor route. The No. 1 Key Corridor route provides service from the downtown Pawtucket hub north to the MBTA station at South Attleboro, Massachusetts and south to T.F. Green Airport in Warwick. At Kennedy Plaza, Providence's hub, riders can access routes to most parts of the state. Highways and roads. Interstate 95 and US 1 also traverse the western part of Pawtucket. Some of the slowest posted speeds on I-95 are in the city due to the S-curves near downtown. In order to preserve certain buildings in the city, planners snaked I-95, creating sharp bends in the highway. Downtown circulator. Pawtucket's downtown circulator was a one-way loop through downtown. It is similar to British concepts of ring roads. A similar concept was also tried in Providence. The circulator used East Avenue, High Street, Summer Street, Gough Avenue, Dexter Street and Park Place West. Each half of the circulator carried one direction of US 1. Sections also carried westbound I-15 and northbound I-114. It was signed with a big C on overhead signs. The circulator is no longer signed, though the road configuration remains. Providence's downtown ring roads have suffered a similar fate. Economy: Hasbro, a Fortune 1000 toy and game-making company, is headquartered in Pawtucket. Notable people. In popular culture, in the 1999 film Outside Providence, the movie's main character, Tim Dunphy, grew up in Pawtucket. Many different Pawtucket locations are seen in the movie, including the police station. American Buffalo, a 1996 film, was filmed in Pawtucket. Pawtucket has been frequently referenced in the cartoon series Family Guy, specifically the Pawtucket Brewery, and the character Pawtucket Pat, though no brewery existed in the real Pawtucket when the show first made references to them. The toy company that Peter Griffin worked for early in the series was called the Happy-Go-Lucky Toy Company, the name a loose parody based on the name of the Hasbro toy company based in Pawtucket. In December 1993, a character on the NBC sitcom Nurses called Pawtucket a pit. Then Mayor Bob Metavia appeared on the show months later in a cameo looking for an apology. The swimming pool at Tillman High School was used for the 1990 movie Mermaids. Sister town, Belper, Derbyshire, England. Belper was where Samuel Slater had been apprenticed to Jedidiah Strutt, learning the secrets of Richard Arkwright's waterframe. See also. References. External links, official website, Pawtucket, Rhode Island at DMOZ.